Have you ever wondered why some people can remain remarkably calm when facing difficult situations? Did you know that a recent study found that individuals who follow Stoic principles experience significantly lower stress levels? According to Epicurus, do not seek to have events happen as you want them to, but instead want them to happen as they do happen, and your life will go well. In today's video, we will explore the transformative power of Stoicism and how letting go of 7 common habits can profoundly change your life. Before we proceed, I would appreciate it if you could like this video to help me continue spreading the Stoic philosophy. If you haven't already, I recommend subscribing and turning on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. 1. Murmuring. Murmuring is a habit that can easily become a part of our daily routine, in ways that may seem insignificant. For instance, imagine a situation where an outdoor event is canceled due to rain. It's common to hear people complaining about the weather, the cancellation, and the disappointment it brings. While these complaints are understandable, they lead us down a path of negativity with no real solution or relief. Now, let's consider facing that rainy day with a different mindset. What if we saw it as an unexpected opportunity instead of focusing on the ruined plans? This change in perspective lies at the core of Stoicism. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." His words remind us that our distress is often amplified by our perception and reaction to a situation, rather than the situation itself. In the rainy day scenario, a Stoic approach might involve embracing the change of plans. Perhaps this unexpected free time is a chance to start reading that book you've been meaning to, indulge in a creative hobby, or simply relax and reflect. The rain hasn't changed, but your reaction to it has transformed a disappointing situation into a positive and potentially fulfilling experience. By applying Stoicism to our daily lives, we can significantly change how we interact with the world. When we curb our tendency to complain about things outside our control, like the weather, we free up mental space and energy to focus on areas where we can make a real difference. This could mean personal growth, deeper relationships, or meaningful contributions to our communities. Stoicism isn't about denying our feelings or ignoring life's challenges. It's about approaching those challenges with a mindset geared toward constructive thinking and problem solving. Reducing our habit of complaining isn't about being oblivious to difficulties. It's about choosing to respond to them with a sense of agency and purpose. The shift from being a habitual complainer to someone who actively seeks positive solutions takes practice, patience, and self-awareness. However, the transformation that follows is profound. It enhances our well-being and sets an example for those around us, creating a cascade of positivity and resilience. 2. Ruminating on past errors. It's common for humans to ruminate on past errors. It's like having a mental movie that replays our failures, missteps, and embarrassments over and over again. Although it's natural to reflect on the past, obsessively fixating on our mistakes can trap us in a cycle of unnecessary guilt and regret. Stoicism provides a refreshing alternative to this cycle of regret. The philosophy encourages us to view every experience, especially the challenging ones, as an opportunity to learn and grow. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, once said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." His wisdom reminds us that the power to improve and move forward lies in the present, not the past. Instead of berating ourselves for the presentation gone wrong, a Stoic approach would involve analyzing the situation objectively. We should ask ourselves, what went wrong? What can be learned from this experience? How can we improve for next time? This constructive reflection turns a negative experience into a valuable lesson. This approach can also be extended to personal relationships. Imagine you said something hurtful to a friend and now deeply regret it. Dwelling on this mistake can lead to a spiral of guilt. However, embracing the Stoic mindset means acknowledging the mistake, apologizing sincerely, and then focusing on being a better friend in the future. It's about taking actionable steps to mend and grow, rather than being paralyzed by past actions. By adopting this Stoic perspective, we free ourselves from the chains of past errors. We learn to forgive ourselves, understanding that mistakes are not only inevitable but also invaluable for our personal development. This shift doesn't mean we forget the past or ignore the consequences of our actions. Instead, it means we use our past as a springboard for future growth. Breaking the habit of dwelling on past mistakes empowers us to live more fully in the present. It allows us to approach life with a mindset of continuous improvement, where every stumble is a step forward. This approach enhances not only our resilience but also enriches our relationships and professional life. 3. Dodging adversities. Many people tend to avoid facing adversities as they tend to choose the easiest path, thinking that it leads to happiness. However, this habit of avoidance can make us fragile, and even small challenges can feel overwhelming. For instance, someone might stay in a comfortable job they dislike because they fear the instability, uncertainty, and effort required for something more fulfilling. Stoicism provides a different perspective. Stoics see difficulties as opportunities for growth and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that obstacles are not just obstacles, but they also provide opportunities for personal development. By applying Stoic principles to life, we should actively seek and embrace challenges as essential to personal growth. It's important to understand that valuable goals often come with obstacles, and these obstacles help shape our character and strength. This Stoic approach transforms hardships from setbacks into vital parts of our journey to success. 4. Indulging excessively in enjoyment. Excessive indulgence in pleasures and materialistic pursuits is a common habit in a world that often associates happiness with sensory and material satisfaction. However, this pursuit can lead to a lack of self-discipline and ultimately a feeling of emptiness. Stoicism teaches the virtue of moderation. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This means that true wealth lies in measured, mindful enjoyment of life's pleasures. This principle of moderation can be applied across various aspects of life. The pursuit of material goods often masks a deeper need for fulfillment that they cannot satisfy. Practicing Stoic moderation helps us appreciate what we have and find contentment in simplicity and purpose. The Stoic approach to pleasure isn't about denying joy or living austerely. It's about finding a balance where pleasure enriches our lives without overshadowing our values, goals, and well-being. Pursuing moderation is an ongoing journey that cultivates self-discipline, contentment, and a deeper appreciation for life's simple joys. 5. Postponement. Procrastination, often disguised as a harmless delay, can become a significant barrier in our lives, hindering progress and growth. It's a common experience to know there's a task to be done but continually put it off. For instance, imagine a student with ample time to prepare for an exam but waiting until the night before to study. The initial relief of postponing work soon turns into stress, panic, and underperformance. Procrastination creates a stressful pattern that undermines potential. Stoicism offers a valuable perspective on procrastination. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, emphasized the awareness of the inevitability of death, known as memento mori. This reminds us to live fully in the present and act without unnecessary delay. Applying this to procrastination means recognizing the value of the present moment and the impermanence of life. Each instance of procrastination is not just a delayed task, it's a moment of life not fully lived. Whether it's writing a book, starting a fitness regime, or learning a new skill, procrastination not only delays achievements but also robs us of the joy and growth that comes with accomplishing them. The Stoic approach to procrastination is not about relentless work without rest. It's about discerning the value of our actions and choosing to engage in meaningful and enriching activities. It's recognizing that time is a non-renewable resource, and how we spend it shapes the quality of our lives. By embracing the present and acting with intention, we can overcome the inertia of procrastination. This Stoic lesson on procrastination extends beyond time management. It's about living a life of purpose, where actions align with our values and goals. It encourages us to seize the day, not just for productivity but for a meaningful, fulfilling life, achieving more, and experiencing deeper satisfaction and contentment. 6. Fostered resentment. Fostered resentment is a common human tendency that can consume our thoughts and energy. It's like holding onto a hot coal to throw it at someone else, but in the end, we're the ones who get burned. This internalization of anger and bitterness can lead to a life overshadowed by unresolved emotions and strained relationships. Stoicism teaches the importance of focusing on rationality over emotion. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle is particularly relevant when dealing with resentment. It's not about the action that caused the resentment, it's about how we choose to respond to it. In the context of resentment, a Stoic approach involves acknowledging our emotions but not allowing them to dictate our actions. It's about practicing forgiveness, not necessarily because the other person deserves it, but because we deserve peace. Forgiveness is seen here as an act of self-care. Stoicism, in this context, promotes a proactive approach to emotional well-being. It's not about suppressing feelings but understanding them and choosing responses that align with our values and long-term happiness. By releasing resentment, we free ourselves from the emotional burden and reclaim mental space for more positive and fulfilling experiences. The practice of letting go of resentment is challenging and requires continuous effort. It involves empathy, understanding, and often a change in perspective. However, the liberation that comes with it is profound. It leads to healthier relationships, a more positive outlook, and a deeper sense of inner peace. In essence, the Stoic lesson on harboring resentment is about the power of our response to external events. It teaches us that while we cannot control what happens to us, we have complete control over how we let it affect us. By choosing rationality, forgiveness, and understanding, we can transform our experiences from sources of bitterness into opportunities for personal growth. 7. Apprehension of failure. Apprehension of failure can hold individuals back from reaching their full potential and inhibit initiative. This fear often stems from the belief that failure is a wholly negative outcome, rather than a valuable part of the learning process. It can manifest in various aspects of life, from hesitating to pursue a new career path to being reluctant to express one's feelings in a relationship. Stoicism provides a refreshing perspective on failure. According to Seneca, a great Stoic thinker, it is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. This sentiment captures the Stoic belief that it is through overcoming difficulties and failures that one achieves true growth and success. Failure is not a defeat, it's a stepping stone to greater things. Applying the Stoic principle means viewing failure not as a deterrent but as an essential part of the journey to success. When an individual understands that each failure is an opportunity to learn and improve, they begin to shed the fear that holds them back. Instead of being paralyzed by the possibility of a failed business, the entrepreneur can embrace the risk, knowing that whether the venture succeeds or fails, valuable lessons will be learned. This approach to failure can be transformative in personal relationships as well. For instance, the fear of rejection can prevent someone from expressing their true feelings. However, understanding that rejection is not a catastrophic outcome but a possible step in the journey to a fulfilling relationship can empower them to take that chance. Stoicism teaches that it is not the external events themselves that disturb us but our interpretation of these events. By reinterpreting failure as a natural and useful part of life's experiences, we can change our response to it. This shift in perspective frees us from the shackles of fear, allowing us to pursue our goals and dreams with courage and resilience. This Stoic view of failure encourages a proactive approach to life's challenges. It motivates us to try new things, take risks, and embrace the unknown, secure in the knowledge that failure is not a reflection of our worth but a necessary ingredient in the recipe for success. It leads to a life lived boldly, with the understanding that true growth often requires stepping out of our comfort zones and facing our fears head-on. Now, let's take a moment for reflection and connection in the comments below. Tell me which habit from the video inspires you to make a change or how Stoicism has empowered you in your life. Your experiences and insights are valuable and enrich our collective journey. See you next time.